God helps those who help themselves, and God wants you to help yourself. To prime your mind for accepting this fact, just reflect on how strange this moment is. You can see my face, you can hear the words that I'm reading to you out of this notebook, because your eyes and ears send signals to your brain telling you what you're experiencing. As you're absorbing this video, millions of synapses are firing in your physical brain, helping you to decide whether you like me or not, whether or not you want to keep watching this or not, whether I'm inspiring you or making you feel bored. Even if you're watching this with 5 friends, your experience here in this moment is yours and yours alone. When you wake up from a dream, you try to explain it to the first person who will listen to you, but they don't experience it with the same intensity that you do. You feel disappointed that they can't get onto your level, but they have no point of reference. It's the difference between explaining the plot of a movie to somebody and actually sitting down and watching it with them. They can imagine what you're describing based off of their own experiences that they've had in the past, but they can't see it and hear it in the same way that you did unless they actually watch it. But the movie of your life is not projected outwards, it is being projected inwards on a screen that only you can see. In taking this notion into account when it comes to your own decision making, you very quickly realize that your choices shape your reality. When you're laying on your deathbed, you are alone. You will be the one facing the truth. You didn't write that book. You didn't start that business, and you didn't live in that city. While the paths we decide to go down do affect the lives of the people that we love the most, their effects are minimal when compared to the weight placed on our own consciousness, your own experience of this life. So what are you so afraid of? Is it the fear of judgment, the fear of failure, or the fear of the unknown? In facing the fear of judgment, it is best to keep in mind the idea of putting your own oxygen mask on first. The plane is going down, the oxygen masks fall out from the overhead compartments. Whose do you put on first? Yours, your daughters, your brothers? Say you choose your daughters. In the process of doing this, the plane catches some turbulence, and you break the oxygen hose attached to the mask. You scramble to put yours on, and then you pass out. It is fair to assume that some stranger will come to your aid and hopefully help both of you out, but is it actually? I would argue that it's safe to assume they have their own problems struggling to make the exact same decision that you are. Now on the flip side, you decide to put your mask on first. It's right in front of you. It's within reach, and you don't have to overexert yourself to do it. You put your daughters on after this, and you're both fine. So often we mistake putting ourselves first for selfishness, when in fact, it is the least selfish thing that we can do. If you aren't doing well, if you aren't in a favorable position, then how can you expect to help anybody with their own struggles? Pretend a close friend of yours is going through an impossible hardship. You love them like a brother, and they're down in the trenches. So you jump right down there with them. You use all of your energy, all of your strength to put them on your shoulders. It starts to rain and you slip in the mud. You both fall back down into this bottomless pit. You do this on repeat for months, for years. You get a little further with each try, but every time you fall with them, it takes even more time to muster up the strength and the energy to put them back on your shoulders and try to push them out of the trench again. Eventually, you reach a crossroads. You realize that with half of the weight and half of the energy required, you can pull yourself out of the trench in a matter of seconds. So you do, and you look down and say to them, "I'll come back for you." You leave them behind. Is this selfish or is this smart? Is it selfish to build your energy up while someone you love suffers? Or is it smart? Is it selfish to come back and check on your friend in the trench every so often? Or is it smart? Is it selfish to reach down to the trench from the surface and pull your friend up once you have the strength to do so? Or is it smart? By actively positioning yourself in life to actually help the people you love, you gain the leverage required to pull them out instead of jumping down there with them and trying to put them on your shoulders. This is a matter of perspective and perseverance. This is an open-minded, long-term play, and it takes open-mindedness and consistent decision-making. The wealthy give to the needy because the wealthy have the ability to give. The needy only give more need to the needy. because they both are not in a position to give anything. They were both in a position of fear. To be afraid of success and making selfish decisions is the greatest betrayal you can make to the deathbed you. Because you are in control of the life you live, and you have the ability to change the lives of those who can't get out of their own way. But this can only be done if you become the pivot point, if you become the fearless leader bringing your people to salvation. When we actively choose to live a life of mental slavery, we have no one to blame but ourselves. So be the difference, be the change, and put yourself first. It is the most selfless thing that you can do. God helps those who help themselves, and God wants you to help yourself. Leaving our loved ones behind to suffer while you build a life worth living is not selfish, because once you've built it, once you've made it, you'll have more than enough to share.